Hey Tony, how's it going? Just tagging everyone that is in the break. So just give me a few seconds or a couple minutes to get that all done. In the meantime, let me know if sound and picture are good. Picture looks good on my end. I'm not sure how sound is. And once I get that, we pretty much can go right into it. No randoms need to be done. Oh, thanks, Tony. Perfect. No randoms need to be done. None of that free teams. We did all PYT. Every single team was taken, was part of it. So there you go. Working for you? Okay, perfect. Hopefully that means it's working for everyone else. All right, almost done here. All right, tags are out. All right, and I'm also gonna drop our. Hey, Colin, it's good. All right, perfect. I'm also gonna drop the link to my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch on YouTube, or if something were to happen here on Facebook and we need to transfer over, then you can. Or if you prefer to watch on YouTube, you can do that too. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate the support. That would be great. All right, there is the link. All right, we'll give it a few minutes for people to show up and go from there. Corey on YouTube. Picture and audio on YouTube is great. All right, perfect. Excellent. Good to know. We got one Corey watching on YouTube. All right. While we're waiting for people to show up, I will let you guys know I do have a second case. It is not on me right now, but it is near me. So basically, I will post it up tomorrow. I will let you guys know what time I will post it. I'll give everyone ample warning when the post will go live. Hey Ronald, how's it going? How's it going? Sure, Corey. Anyways, back to the second case. I do have a second case that I will be posting tomorrow, where it will be a little bit different. Instead of the full 12 boxes, we're gonna do a 6-box case, but I will do a ×2 option on that case. So it will be pretty much it'll be the same price point. Everything will be cut in half, maybe a little bit increases here and there, just because I don't like dealing with cents. So there might be some that will be rounded up or rounded down. And also we will be giving away, we'll put the two teams, Dallas and LA. I'll just put them on different teams because there's really no young guns for them. So that's the plan for that. So look out for that tomorrow. Extended. I haven't seen any openings yet. Just going based on what we've been seeing from Upper Deck, and it looks pretty good. So this is probably the best extended set we've probably ever seen. So definitely we'll throw one more case up tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. So yeah, other than that, we can definitely get started. So I think first things first, we'll go through our team list. Audio went kaput. Audio looks good on my end. Just going by from what I'm seeing, because the closed captions are working on my end, but you let me know, Tony. Like I said, I did drop the YouTube link there as well, so if you want to watch on YouTube, picture and audio on YouTube are great, according to Corey. So you can, like I said, that's why I have the YouTube channel too, so that you guys can go back and forth and choose which one you want to watch. I know Facebook can be wonky sometimes. It is Facebook after all, but that's why we got YouTube. So yeah, YouTube is there. And yes, if you aren't able to watch right away, you can always just take a look, go to YouTube, and then be able to do that. That's obviously much more easier than watching on there than on Facebook. Audio's good? All right. All right, let's go through the team list one last time. It is pinned on the comments, but here it is. So with the Anaheim Ducks, we got Jason Kellogg. Jason Heflin's got the Boston Bruins and Buffalo Sabres. Corey Chen's got the Calgary Flames. Andrew McCullough's got the Carolina Hurricanes. Jason Heflin's got the Chicago Blackhawks. Ashley's got the Colorado Avalanche. Tony's got the Columbus Blue Jackets. Brian's got the Dallas Stars. Ashley's got the Detroit Red Wings. Corey's got the Edmonton Oilers. Norman's got the Florida Panthers. Andrew's got the LA Kings. Jason Heflin's got the Wild and the Montreal Canadiens. Ronald's got the Nashville Predators. Tony's got the New Jersey Devils. Steve with the New York Islanders. YouTube's on a 10-second delay? Really? Crazy. Compared to Facebook? I guess so. That must be what you're referring to. New York Islanders is with Steve. New York Rangers with Jason Heflin. Robert's got the Ottawa Senators. Ashley's got the Philadelphia Flyers. Hooman's got the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jatinder's got the San Jose Sharks. Jason Heflin's got the Kraken. St. Louis Blues are with Roberts. Ashley's got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Chris has got the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ashley with the Utah Mammoth. Ian with the Vancouver Canucks. Colin with his Vegas Golden Knights. Dennis with the Washington Capitals. And Robert with the Winnipeg Jets. All right, there we go. That is the team list. What you have in front of you is the sealed case of 25-26 extended. This one, unfortunately, does have a little bit of a nick on it, but it looks like it's just surface. Doesn't look like it got to the boxes. But there is our case. As you can see, it is sealed, so we're going to open it now. And hopefully it doesn't all just fall all over us. This is always a fun part with extended. Oh, and there we go. You know what? We're just going to make this easier and just take them out. There we go. There we go. We got him. We got him. And there is our empty box. There we go. All right. So here are our 12 boxes. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. There are the serial numbers for the boxes. Now, normally I usually have a second camera so that you can always see the boxes are always on screen. Unfortunately, I do not have that second camera that's on, so I'm just going to quickly number them 1 through 12. Doesn't mean anything really, it's just to let you guys know so that when you see it when we open, that it is the same boxes, that there's no other boxes being handed in and stuff like that. All right, so we are going to start with box number 1. All right, so I'm going to move this to the side and bring my stands in. All right, just going to quickly set this up and then we can get going. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. All right, guys, good luck. Here we go with box number 1. All right, box number 1. Just gonna drop this a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Bobby, long time no see. How's it going? Hey, Sammy. Bobby, you're still into wrestling? We got a wrestling break that is up right now. It's on the final mini. If you wanted to check that out. Or if you wanted teams tournament too, I'd definitely give you teams. You just take a look at it. Or wrestlers. If you wanted wrestlers, definitely take a look at that. We could break wrestling tonight if we fill that up. So yeah. All right, here we go. Pack number 1. Good luck. Whatever, Samuel. You're not even in a break. So we got these new 4 nations. These do count as base. If you do want it, just let me know. All right. First up, we got Alex Tuck for the Buffalo Sabres. Understood the assignment. We got pros and prospects for the New Jersey Devils. Jesper Bratt. And our first numbered card going to the Ottawa Senators. Numbered 103 out of 250. Claude Giroux on the deluxe. Claude Giroux on the deluxe. So there we go. Our first numbered card of the break. I know you are. I know you are. Speed rip. Once we get past this first box, and then we'll speed right along. All right, our first young gun is going to the St. Louis Blues. Alexandre Kasamaki for the St. Louis Blues. We got Michael Misa for the San Jose Sharks, and a canvas of Victor Hedman for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'll sleeve up those young guns in a sec. We'll just get through this box first. All right. Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Zach Werenski for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Oh, and a clear-cut young gun. Wow, what a box. Clear-cut young gun going to New Jersey. Shane LaChance. New Jersey Devils. Tony. Nice hit. Always a nice hit to get a clear-cut young gun. Saturday, I got my kids' ballet and gymnastics on Saturday. Other than that, I should be home. So, and why not? You got the clear-cut, and now you got the regular. Shane LaChance, young guns for New Jersey. Kyle Connor for the Winnipeg Jets, and a canvas of Jordan Kyrou for the St. Louis Blues. Yep, there's only 3 hits in the pack. It's usually how it goes. Sometimes you would get 4, but normally it's 3 hits. All right, Rasmus Dahlin for the Buffalo Sabres. Joaquin Kamel, Rookie Reflections for Nashville. Ooh, I think this is short print, is it not? We got for the San Jose Sharks, Playmakers. Playmakers for the San Jose Sharks. Macklin Celebrini. Jet Tinder. Yeah, just message me. Round 1 and 2. Yeah, my daughter's gymnastics is in Ladner around one around that time. Nick Suzuki for the Montreal Canadiens, Sizzle Reel. Matthew Wood, Rookie Reflections for Nashville. And a Blue Dazzlers of Clayton Keller for the Utah Mammoth. All right, Philip Gustafson, Sizzle Reel for Minnesota. Young Guns for Chicago, Nick Lardis for the Chicago Blackhawks. And UD Canvas going to Team Canada, Cale Makar. This is going to go to the Colorado Avalanche, Cale Makar. Yeah, he's okay. Macklin's okay. All right, Power Play Rookies for the Seattle Kraken, Yanni Nyman. Number 1 draft, Michael Misa for the San Jose Sharks. And a canvas of Austin Matthews for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Shane Wright for the Seattle Kraken understood the assignment. Pros and Prospects, Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. And Alexander Nikishin, Power Play Rookies, Speckle for the Carolina Hurricanes. Still not used to Utah, eh? Arizona was how many years in the league? Michael Misa, Power Play Rookies for San Jose. And Young Guns for the San Jose Sharks, Igor Chirinov. Chirinshov? Igor Chirinshov. Young Guns for the San Jose Sharks, going to Jet Tinder. And we got Rookie Reflections of Ryan Leonard for the Washington Capitals. All right, 2 more packs in box 1. Oh, we got Dazzlers coming up. All right, Jack Hughes, All-World Team for New Jersey. Quinn Hughes for the Vancouver Canucks. UD3. And we got a Silver Outburst for the New Jersey Devils of Jonathan Kovacevic. Jonathan Kovacevic. Base. All right. Not yet. We just, this is our first box, so not yet. No Canucks. All right, last pack. We got understood assignment Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa. Young Guns for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Tristan Bros. Tristan Bros. And we got a Joaquin Kamel, Pros and Prospects for Nashville. All right, that was box number 1. All right, I'm going to sleeve and top load these Young Guns. And then we will move on to the next. We'll move on to the next box, which would be box number 2. Ooh, nice. You got a Seneca Young Gun canvas. That's sick. All right, there we go. Actually, we're gonna move. There we go. We'll put Mac on the front. All right, just gonna move this base. Whoa, not drop the camera. All right, here we go. Box number 2. Empty box. All right, good luck. All right, Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Easton Cowan for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a Leo Carlson Speckle for Anaheim. That is a checklist. Young Guns for the Ottawa Senators, Stephen Holiday for Ottawa, Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals, and Phil Peronic for Vancouver. Oh shoot, I didn't turn off the music. All right, sorry about that, guys. Normally I should turn that music off. Leon Draisaitl for Edmonton Oilers. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Beckett Seneca, rookie reflections for the Anaheim Ducks. And we got a purple Brock Faber, purple Dazzlers for the Minnesota Wild. We have autos. We have one auto. There could be two. There's sometimes an auto in a mega box, but there is one auto. And then of course we got our numbered cards in there as well. So our last break we pulled a 3 out of 5 Chelsea Green, which was pretty cool. Chelsea Green, 3 out of 5. All right, Jesper Bratt for the New Jersey Devils, Travis Konechny for the Philadelphia Flyers, and another number. Wow, that's a big number. Rookie update for the Nashville Predators, numbered 1,540. 1540 out of 1999. Ozzy Weisblatt. Going to Nashville, going to Ronald and the Nashville Predators. There you go, Ronald. Quite the high number, but there you go. All right. Next up for the Montreal Canadiens, Adam Engstrom. For the Montreal Canadiens, Young Guns. Beckett Seneca for the Anaheim Ducks, and a Young Gun canvas of Colton Ellis for the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, Sapphire, you would get the base cards too, because they're like in a blue color, kind of like cracked ice sort of type of design. All right, Brock Faber for the Minnesota Wild, Tage Thompson for Buffalo, and we got a black and white canvas of Alexander Romanov for the New Jersey Devils. All right, Ville Koivunen, power play rookies for Pittsburgh. We got Young Guns for Vegas, Braden Bowman. Braden Bowman for Vegas. Sorry, guys, I'm just separating that. That's going to Colin Bonner. I think this is one of the guys that Colin is chasing. And Ryan McDonald, canvas for Buffalo. I will top load it. I will get to it. Did I say something else for Romanov? Did I say Canadians? I know he's on the Islanders. All right. Berkeley Catton, power play rookies for Seattle. Young Guns for the Rangers, Yaroslav Kamelar for the New York Rangers. and Brady Martin for the Nashville Predators. Oh, I said Devils? Yeah, okay. Islanders. Romanov for the Islanders. All right, we got another outburst coming up. Cole Caulfield for Montreal, all-world team. Nico Hischier for the New Jersey Devils. Oh, wow. Going to the Montreal Canadiens. Silver outburst young gun of Jacob Fowler. Wow, nice hit. Nice hit for Montreal. Jason Heflin, the Montreal Canadiens. Nice hit. I said Devils. Yep. Romanov is for the Islanders. That is correct. I should know that too, because I've seen that trade. Matt Zuccarello for the Minnesota Wild. Plus, I have him on my team. All right, we got our first Matthew Schaefer round 1 draft for the New York Islanders. We'll sleeve that one up. And Michael Misa, pros and prospects for San Jose. All right, Dazzler is coming up. Mackenzie Blackwood for the Colorado Avalanche. Easton Cowan for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And a John Gibson, Blue Dazzlers for Detroit. All right, last pack, box 2. Noah Ostlund, power play rookies for Buffalo. Nice for the Seattle Kraken, Berkeley Catton. Jason Heflin again, I believe, with Seattle. Yes, it is. Berkeley Catton, one of the chasers you want to get. And Adrian Kempe for the LA Kings. All right, that was box number 2. All right, just going to sleeve and top load these ones. And then we will move on to box number 3. All right. How have you guys been doing in I'm sure a bunch of you guys have been in other extended breaks. Did anyone hit anything big? We got Bobby who hit a Beckett Seneca Young Gun canvas. All right, our first Matthew Schaefer. I'm hoping we hit the Schaefer tag 101. That would be sick. Berkeley Catton. There we go. All right. Move this base. Move on to box number 3. I'm the first. The first and the best, right, Dennis? All right, here we go. 3. Box number 3. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Playmakers is a decent hit for sure. Especially it's Celebrini. I understand with you, Sammy. I wouldn't get it. Yeah, LA Kings are not a great team, unfortunately, when it comes to this product. All right. Our first pack, John Carlson for the Washington Capitals. Joel, speaking of the LA Kings, going to LA Kings out of 250, 201 out of 250. Joel Armia for the LA Kings. And there should be 3 hits on this one. There it is. Dalibor Dvorsky for the St. Louis Blues. See, Samuel, you could have got this. Two clear cuts. Well, two Alper. Oh, wow. All Schaefer's, I'm assuming. It would be within those 3 hits, Ronald. It would be within those 3 hits. I will always go back and take a look. It would be written on here. It's kind of like a celebration thing, but it would be within those 3 hits. That's why, remember, in just in this previous pack, I kind of went back like, wait a second, there should have been 3 hits on it. So it would be on the back of the card. You are correct, but it would be within those 3 hits of that you would see. It would not be mixed in with the base. So yeah. So if you do notice that there's only 2 hits, then most likely you'll probably have that celebration card. All right, Ryan Leonard for the Washington Capitals, first round draft. Leon Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers, and Jacob Trouba for the Anaheim Ducks. Good eye though, Ronald. Yeah, for sure, because they are easy to miss. They're definitely easy to miss. There was something else in Series 2 I forgot that I think it was Celebration as well, where I actually had to go back just to make sure. Understood assignment. Nikushin for the Colorado Avalanche. Z Buyam for the Minnesota Wild. Black and white canvas of Nikita Zadorov for the Boston Bruins. Young Guns for the St. Louis Blues. Otto Stenberg for the St. Louis Blues. Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars. And a canvas of Karel Vemeka for the Utah Mammoth. Oh, you ordered 6 boxes? Yeah. Definitely keep an eye out. But yes, the hits will always be in the middle. The 3, and it's 3 in a row on the hits. All right. William Karlsson for the Vegas Golden Knights. Zane Parekh for the Calgary Flames. Ooh, second number card. This is level 1 trilogy for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Number 877 out of 999. Rookie premieres of Ville Koivunen going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Nice hit for Pittsburgh. Yeah, there's a few variations, right? And then you got the Swagnificant, and then you got Day with the Cup as well. Nate McKinnon for the Colorado Avalanche. Young Guns for the Winnipeg Jets. Thomas Milic. And Pierre-Luc Dubois for the Washington Capitals. I know Laferriere. I only flip because I know Laferriere is actually one of the celebration variations, so that's why I checked. Really? Oh, Jesus. Great. Can't wait. 2 hits. I'm gonna be going mad. All right, Frank Nazar for the Calgary or Chicago Blackhawks. Jeez. Z Buyam for the Minnesota Wild. Anze Kopitar, the great Anze Kopitar, Blue Dazzlers for the LA Kings. Oh, the outdoor. Okay. So we got the outdoor one as well. Oh, there we go. Braden Schneider for the New York Rangers. And our first Z Buyam. Young Guns for the Vancouver Canucks. And another nice one, Young Gun Canvas for the San Jose Sharks, Sam Dickinson. Vancouver is Ian. San Jose is Jatinder. Purple Dazzlers. Sam Renzel for the Chicago Blackhawks. Johnny T for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Brady Tkachuk, Purple Dazzlers for the Ottawa Senators. There you go, Ian. You're on the board. All right. Troy Terry for the Anaheim Ducks. Berkeley Catton, first round draft for the Seattle Kraken. And Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues. Frozen? Everything good? Looks good on my end. How's it look like, guys? We do have YouTube that is up as well, guys, if you want to check that out. Good? All right. Steve, you good? All right, we got Silver Outburst coming up. All right, Zane Parekh for the Calgary Flames. Matthew Schaefer for the New York Islanders. And for the New Jersey Devils, Silver Outburst of Timo Meier. What's creepy? What's creepy? Oh, thanks. All right. All-world team, Philip Forsberg for Nashville. We have our first Young Gun checklist. This is going to be a random unless we get two. Beckett Seneca for the Anaheim Ducks. Berkeley Catton for the Seattle Kraken. Jason Kellogg and Jason Heffler. Oh, battle the Jasons. All right. Leave that one to the side. Unless we get two, we're going to have to random that one off. Nikita Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right. There we go. That was box 3. Moving on to box number 4. Let's get this base out first. All right. All right, we will random that off later. I'm just going to put it to the side. I bet Jason will win checklist. That would be something if Jason does not win the checklist. That would be something. Z Booyam. Sorry, that's like a really not a too high a number. I can't believe they make cards. They still number cards. Look at that. You see that? Can't believe they number cards still out of 1999. That's crazy. Actually, no. Take that one down. All right. Box number 4 coming up. Here we go. Box number 4. Whoop. Hey man, Trilogy is much better here than its own set. I would much rather. It's much better as a subset than having it as a standalone product. The standalone product Trilogy was not good. I mean, they could have got just not do deluxe and just do Trilogy. Deluxe is just adding to the rainbow. All right, pack one, box number 4. John Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Ryan Leonard for the Washington Capitals, and Trilogy. This one is level 2, 109 out of 499. Colton Dock for Chicago. Chicago is Jason Heflin closing out the break, getting Chicago. Oh, trust me, I did not like Trilogy at all. In here, it's you can actually stomach it. All right, for the Winnipeg Jets, Young Guns of Elias Salamunson. Elias Salamunson for the Winnipeg Jets. Z Bullion for the Minnesota Wild. Sam Bennett for the Florida Panthers. That's the only thing. Now we lose the auto pucks. We lose the the Legends one too, the clear cut Legends or something like that. Those are gone. Connor McDavid for the Edmonton Oilers. Beckett Seneca for the Anaheim Ducks. And going to Finland, black and white canvas of Alexander Barkov. That is going to go to the Florida Panthers with Alexander Barkov. All right, next pack. Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues, number 1 draft. Zane Parekh for the Calgary Flames. Zach Hyman for the Edmonton Oilers. Clayton Keller for the Utah Mammoth. Gabe Perreault for the New York Rangers. And Lane Hudson, sizzle reel for the Montreal Canadiens. This one is numbered. There you go. 147 out of 199. Wow. Kind of low number. There you go, Montreal. Jason Heflin again. The Montreal Canadiens. Matthew Tkachuk for the Florida Panthers. Young Guns for Pittsburgh, Sergei Murashov for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we got a Legends canvas for the Detroit Red Wings, Terry Sawchuk. Terry Sawchuk, very nice. Going to Detroit. Ashley with the Detroit Red Wings. Quentin Byfield for the LA Kings. Noah Ostlund for the Buffalo Sabres. And Devon Taves for Colorado. Sorry, just adjusting the base before the whole tower falls. Tage Thompson for the Buffalo Sabres. Tom Wielander, Young Guns for the Vancouver Canucks. And Patrick Kane, canvas for Detroit. Ryan Green, power play rookies for Chicago. Oliver Moore for Chicago. And a Brock Besser, sparkled for the Vancouver Canucks. All right, we got Matt Duchene for the Dallas Stars. Young Guns for the Anaheim Ducks. Vyacheslav Butiets. Butiets for the Anaheim Ducks. And Oliver Moore for the Chicago Blackhawks. Matthew Wood for the Nashville Predators. We got Artem Lashunov for the Chicago Blackhawks, and also for the Blackhawks, Nolan Allen, Silver Outbursts. All right, last pack of box 4. David Pasternak for the Boston Bruins, and Jack Devine, Young Guns for the Florida Panthers. Jack Devine, and Brandon Montour for Seattle. All right, that was box number 4. All right, let's leave these ones up. So far I'm noticing one draft date or number 1 draft, and then the 5 Young Guns. So not always the full 6. There's at least one draft. That's the unfortunate part about extended too, that they count the number 1 drafts as your Young Gun hit. Kind of lame. All right, there we go. Moving on to box number 5. Box number 5. All right, empty box. All right, first pack, box number 5. Gabe Perreault for the New York Rangers. Matthew Wood for Nashville. And 836 out of 1999 rookie update of Ryan Suzuki for the Carolina Hurricanes. Andrew McCullough with the Carolina Hurricanes. $12 boxes in total. 12 boxes in the case. We are on box 5 right now out of 12. Young Guns for the Montreal Canadiens, Florian Jacki. Dylan Genther for the Utah Mammoth. Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. Brock Besser for the Vancouver Canucks. Zane Parekh for the Calgary Flames. And a clear-cut 4 Nations card going to the Boston Bruins, Charlie McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy. This is going to go to Boston. Jason Heflin with the Boston Bruins. Hunter Skinner, Young Guns for St. Louis. Brady Martin for the Nashville Predators. Mikhail Sergachev for Utah. Connor Bedard for Chicago. Alexandrin Pelika for the Detroit Red Wings. And here we go. Did we miss one? Oh my goodness, you're right. The 2 hits, right? Ah, geez. I knew. There we go. Outdoor variation. It is. So there you go. Outdoor photo variation. Joey Decord. All right. No, I don't see that one. Joey Decord. That is going to Seattle. So Steve was right. Outdoor is there. That is a variation. As you can see, it is very easy to miss. As long as you know that there should be 3 hits per pack and just keep that in mind, then you should be okay. Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues. Easton Cowan for Toronto, first round draft. And Elias Lindholm for the Boston Bruins. Igor Shesterkin for New York Rangers. Michael Misa for the San Jose Sharks. And Igor Shesterkin, Blue Dazzlers for New York. For the Rangers. Alexander Nikishin for Carolina. Jacob Fowler, Young Guns for the Montreal Canadiens. Nice. And a Young Gun canvas of Berkeley Catton for Seattle. Nice hit for Seattle right there. Just need to hit a Schaefer now. Then this would be a good box. Or a good case. Leo Carlson for Anaheim. Noah Ostlund for Buffalo. And a speckled Gabe Perreault for the Rangers. Brady Martin for Nashville. Young Guns for Philadelphia. Denver Barkley. Or Barkey. Not Barkley. That would have been crazy. But Denver Barkey for the Philadelphia Flyers. And a Braden Coots for Vancouver. Braden Point for Tampa Bay. Ryan Leonard for Washington. And also for Washington, Silver Outburst of Connor McMichael. All right, last pack of box 5. Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. Young Guns for Philadelphia of Ty Murchison for the Philadelphia Flyers, and Tim Stützle for Ottawa. All right. Which ones are you talking about, Ronald? So, guys, you gotta open up a pack of sleeves. All right, just going to sleeve and top load these cards, and we will move on to box number 6. Patches, yes, the patches 101. They are coming out of these boxes. The game used debut patches which look absolutely sick. If we can hit one of those, even if we hit a jersey card, I think the jersey cards do not come one per case. The non-auto, just the jersey card, they're not one per case from what I've seen. So, or from what I read. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Box 6. Yeah, those are the ones, but they got the black. They got the black version too, which is the 101s that you want to hit. And hopefully we can hit one today. That'd be crazy. Just hoping to see a thicker card. And you know we got something. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a Schaefer acetate though. I mean, I'll take that too. Ooh, we got red outburst. We got red outburst. I don't think it's a young gun. I'm just gonna take the base out of the back. But we got red outburst out of 25 coming up. All right, we got Seth Jarvis for the Carolina Hurricanes. Gabe Perreault for the New York Rangers, and our red outburst. Oh, it's sideways. Oh, man. I wish it was a bigger player. Going to Seattle Kraken, we got a red outburst. 23 out of 25. Mason Marchment. Jason Heflin with the Seattle Kraken. Wanted to be Connor McDavid. That would have been nice. Or a jersey match Connor Bedard. That would have been nicer too. Oh well. At least we got a red outburst in this case, but unfortunately no one big. Zane Parekh, #1 draft for Calgary. Austin Matthews for Toronto. And Jason Robertson for the Dallas Stars. Bo Horvat for the New York Islanders. Brock Besser for the Vancouver Canucks. Ooh, we got this. Oliver Moore. Hollow FX. Going to Chicago. Pretty cool looking card. I believe the Star View is the short print version of Hollow FX. All right, we got Young Guns for Tampa Bay. Maxime Groshev for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sam Reinhart for the Florida Panthers. Garnet Hathaway for the Philadelphia Flyers. Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. Ryan Green for the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, here we go again. 2 hits. There we go. Playoff photo variation. Kevin Fiala for the LA Kings. There you go, LA. Playoff photo variation. Now, how can you... Seriously? Really? How can you tell it's the playoffs? Just because they're playing Edmonton for like the 20th time in a row until this year? They could have taken any picture from LA versus Edmonton. Jeez. Anyways. Brendan Hagel for the Tampa Bay Lightning. For the Montreal Canadiens, Jared Davidson, Young Guns. And Tim Stützle for the Ottawa Senators. Logan Cooley for the Utah Mammoth. Colton Dach for the Chicago Blackhawks. And a Blue Dazzlers of Dylan Strome for the Washington Capitals. Beckett Seneca, power play rookies for Anaheim. And there we go. Beckett Seneca, Young Guns for the Anaheim Ducks. Nice hit. Jason Kellogg. And Brady Shea for the Nashville Predators. There we go. Our first Beckett Seneca. Very nice. Keep that one up. Take the Wayne Hudson out. Move you to the side. There we go. Nikita Kucherov for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yanni Nyman for the Seattle Kraken. And a speckled all-world team of Connor Bedard for the Chicago Blackhawks. Cam Lund for the San Jose Sharks. Number 1 draft of Beckett Seneca for the Anaheim Ducks. And a Nate Danielson for the Detroit Red Wings. All right, Silver Outburst coming up. Mitch Marner for the Vegas Golden Knights. Nathan McKinnon for the Colorado Avalanche. And for Washington, Nick Dowd, Silver Outburst. All right, last pack. Anton Lundell for the Florida Panthers. Young Guns for the Minnesota Wild, Carson Lambos. And Jack Eichel for the Vegas Golden Knights. All right, that was box number 6. All right, just going to move this base out of the way. Sleeve up these Young Guns. And move on to our second half of the break, box number 7. Coming right up. If you're still hanging in there after 6 boxes, thanks for hanging in. I know these could be long breaks. These flagship ones always go for a while, so really appreciate you sticking around. Let's get to the second half. Box number 7. Here we go. All right. Empty box. All right. Nate Danielson for the Detroit Red Wings. Berkeley Catton for the Seattle Kraken. And our deluxe out of 250 is going to the Toronto Maple Leafs, Joseph Wall. 149 out of 250. Joseph Wall. All right. Young Guns for Buffalo, Trevor Kuntar for the Buffalo Sabres. We got Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Young Gun Canvas for San Jose, Igor Chirinsov. For the San Jose Sharks. All right, Dylan Larkin for Detroit. Matthew Schaefer, pros and prospects for the New York Islanders, and a Hollow FX of Artem Lashunov going to Chicago. Unfortunately, he's got a really bad looking print line. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's right there. Right going down. Let's get the space out of the way. Just going down there. There's the print line. Unfortunately, for that card. For the Boston Bruins, Jonathan Asperot, Young Guns. Also for Boston, Charlie McAvoy and Ilya Sorokin for the Islanders. Steven Stamkos for Nashville. Billy Koivunen for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And out of 1999, Ian Moore, rookie update. Was it 13? 1838 out of 1999. Jeez. $19.99. All right. Next pack. Quinn Hughes for the Vancouver Canucks. Xavier Bulgard, Young Guns for the Ottawa Senators. And Thomas Novak for the Pittsburgh Penguins. William Nylander for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dalibor Dvorsky for St. Louis. Blue Dazzlers of Nazem Kadri for Calgary. Lucas Raymond for the Detroit Red Wings. Nate Danielson, Young Gun for Detroit. And Cam Fowler, canvas for the Blues. Z Bullion for the Minnesota Wild. Dustin Wolf for the Calgary Flames. Matt Duchene, speckled for Dallas. Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. For the Edmonton Oilers, Young Guns of Connor Clattenburg. And Ivan Demidov, rookie reflections for Montreal. Jimmy Snuggerud for St. Louis. Mark Stone for the Vegas Golden Knights. And Morgan Geeky, Silver Outbursts for Boston. All right, last pack of box number 7. Sebastian Aho for the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 1 draft of Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens. We'll sleeve that one up. And Miro Heiskanen for the Dallas Stars. All right, that was box 7. All right, sleeve and top load these, and we'll move on to box number 8. Too bad about the print line on this card. It's a really nice looking card. Just the print line was pretty severe, unfortunately. right. Box number 8 coming right up. All right, empty box. All right, let's see. Usually the first pack is loaded, so. Let's see how we go in this one. Pack number 8. We got Matthew Barzal for the New York Islanders. Berkeley Catton for Seattle. Yep, number card number 813 out of 1999 rookie update of Tristan Lennox. I don't even know why they call it a rookie update. These are rookies for this year, aren't they? Tristan Lennox was in series 2 with all the other Islanders. I don't know. Anyways. Another Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens, number 1 draft. Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Connor Hellebuck for the Winnipeg Jets. And wouldn't this be an outdoor game? See? He's an outdoor, but then, anyways. Okay. I'll get off my rants. We'll just continue on. Troy Terry for Anaheim Ducks. Matthew Schaefer for the New York Islanders. Here we go. And a Star View. This one is short print. Star View for the Toronto Maple Leafs of Austin Matthews. I think these are 1 per case. There we go. Star View. Young Guns for the Winnipeg Jets, Elias Salomonson. Charlie McAvoy for the Boston Bruins, and a Young Gun canvas of Nate Danielson for the Detroit Red Wings. All right, Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars, Billy Koivunen for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Oh, nice hit for the New York Islanders. 561 out of 999. Level 1 Rookie Premiers Trilogy of Matthew Schaefer. Steve, nice hit. There we go. Any numbered Schaefer we will take. Congratulations. Nice hit. Tim Stützle for the Ottawa Senators. Connor Clattenburg, Young Guns for the Edmonton Oilers. And a Nazem Kadri for the Calgary Flames. Rasmus Dahlin for Buffalo. Dalibor Dvorsky for St. Louis. And a Braden Point for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Easton Cowan for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Young Guns for Pittsburgh, Sergei Miroshov. And a Jesper Kotkaniemi for the Carolina Hurricanes. Patrick Laine, where the hell did this guy go? For the Montreal Canadiens. Dustin Wolf for the Calgary Flames. And we got a day with the cup. going to the Florida Panthers of Gustav Forsling. Day with the Cup. Norman with the Florida Panthers. The Star View, I think it's 1 out of 360 hits. I think the Star View. If you're talking about the Schaefer out of 999, I don't know. I mean, value wise, I guess it would be. Although I think the Jacob Fowler might be worth a little bit more. Who knows? But for sure, the Schaefer is worth a bit of money. Speaking of Schaefer, we got power play rookies of Matthew Schaefer, Tom Vilander for the Vancouver Canucks, Young Guns, and an Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, this product is loaded with inserts, but then yeah, it's tough to figure out what the market is. It really depends on who you hit. And yeah, determining what the case it is, if it's based on just what's hard to hit or is it based on value. Connor Hellebuck for the Winnipeg Jets. We got Mark Stone for the Vegas Golden Knights. And a silver Alpers Young Guns going to the Philadelphia Flyers, Ty Murchison. There you go, Philadelphia. Ashley with the Philadelphia Flyers. There we go. All right, last pack of box number 8. All right, Tyler Seguin for the Dallas Stars. Jimmy Snuggerud, #1 draft for St. Louis. And Miro Heiskanen, pros and prospects for the Dallas Stars. All right, that was box number 8. We're going to move on to box number 9. All right. I think it was the second time I've pulled a day with the cup. Out of all the Series 1, Series 2 extended cases I've broke now for the past, 5-6 years I've been doing this. Only twice hitting Dave the Cup. Wrong flyer. Fair enough. Still a nice hit. All right, we got 4 more boxes to go, guys. These flagship series are a monster. All right, box 9. Here we go. Box number 9. They want 200 each? Huh. Oh, Barkey? Is it Barkey or Barkley? I think it's Barkey, isn't it? I said Barkley too, but then was there an L there? I'm not sure. All right, here we go. Box number 9. 200 each for the Vegas Dave the Cup. Hey man, you might need to collect another one the way Vegas is going. If they win tomorrow, it's theirs to lose. That's what I'm thinking. All right, here we go. Tim Stützle for the Ottawa Senators. Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. And another rookie update out of 1999. 1531 out of 1999 for the Seattle Kraken. Nikki Coco. I mean, if we're going to hit a lot of these out in 1999, I am at least a bigger player. Is Barkley a good player, or Barkey? Young Guns for the Washington Capitals, Bogdan Triniev for the Washington Capitals. Dylan Larkin for Detroit. Rupe Hintz for Dallas. Matthew Barzal for the Islanders. Jimmy Snuggerud for the Blues. And we got a clear cut of William Karlsson going to Colin in the Vegas Golden Knights. Taylor McCarr, Young Guns for the Colorado Avalanche. Victor Hedman for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Marco Rossi for Minnesota. Patrick Laine for the Montreal Canadiens. Ben Kindle for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we got an exclusives coming up. Going to the Ottawa Senators, 41 out of 100. Ridley Gregg for the Ottawa Senators. Well, there goes the camera. There we go. Okay, Ridley Gregg going to Ottawa. Robert Suika with the Ottawa Senators. Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars. Reed Schaefer, Young Guns for the Nashville Predators. And a John Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tyler Seguin for the Dallas Stars. Matthew Schaefer for the New York Islanders. And a Nico Hischier, Blue Dazzlers for New Jersey. Rasmus Dahlin for the Buffalo Sabres. Daniil Butt, Young Guns for the Utah Mammoth. And Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars. Easton Cowan for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Patrick Kane for the Detroit Red Wings. And we got a swagnificant going to the Chicago Blackhawks of Ryan Donato. Ryan Donato, swagnificant. Going to Jason Heflin and the Chicago Blackhawks. Anze Kopitar for the LA Kings. Tristan Nielsen, Young Guns for Colorado. And an Artem Lashunov for Chicago. Matthew Schaefer loading up on the inserts for the New York Islanders. Ivan Demidov also loading up on inserts for the Montreal Canadiens. Ooh. And it's our third Silver Alpers Young Gun. This one's going to the St. Louis Blues. Hunter Skinner. Robert Suika with the St. Louis Blues. All right, last pack. Connor Hellbuck for the Winnipeg Jets. Number 1 draft, Arden Lashunov for Chicago. And a Kale McCarr for the Colorado Avalanche. All right, that was box number 9. Moving on to box number 10. Almost there. All right, last one. All right, moving on to box number 10. Here we go. If you have been here since the start, you guys are troopers. Here we go. Box number 10. Good luck. 3 more boxes to go. All right, empty box. Valerie Nikushin for the Colorado Avalanche. Ante Kopitar for the LA Kings. And a Leon Draisaitl, number 24 out of 333. Why out of 333? Going to the Edmonton Oilers. Corey with the Edmonton Oilers. Leon Draisaitl. What is this, gold? Yeah, gold. Out of 333. 24 out of 333. All right, Dylan Larkin for the Detroit Red Wings. We have a canvas of Yaroslav Gavrikov for the New York Rangers. I think I left a hit behind. Yes, I did. Or I did not. All right, time to check. Could be only 2 hits in that one. Yeah, only 2 hits in that pack. All right, there you go. 2 hits in the 2-hit pack. As advertised. All right, Lane Hudson for the Montreal Canadiens. Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues. And we got a Mario Ferraro clear cut for the San Jose Sharks. Young Guns of Trevor Kuntar for the Buffalo Sabres. Victor Hedman for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And a Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for Buffalo. Nathan McKinnon for the Colorado Avalanche. Ben Kindle for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ooh, nice hit for Montreal. There we go. We have a red rookie update, 50 out of 199. Ivan Demidov. Nice hit for Montreal. Jason Heflin with the Montreal Canadiens. Very nice. Very, very nice. We're going to shuffle things around here. Jersey match too. Jason Heflin, congrats with the Montreal Canadiens. Dalibor Dvorsky for the St. Louis Blues. Tristan Nielsen, Young Guns for the Colorado Avalanche. And we got a Legends canvas for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Dick Duff. Braden Schneider, sizzle reel for the New York Rangers. Matthew Schaefer for the New York Islanders. And a Bo Horvat, Blue Dazzlers for the Islanders. Sam Rinzel for the Chicago Blackhawks. Young Guns of Xavier Bogard for the Ottawa Senators. And Yaroslav Askarov for the San Jose Sharks. William Karlsson for the Vegas Golden Knights. Patrick Kane for the Detroit Red Wings. And there we go. Outdoor photo variation for Detroit as well. Patrick Kane. Zane Parekh, power play rookies for Calgary. Nate Danielson, Young Guns for Detroit. And Artem Lashunov for the Chicago Blackhawks. Philip Forsberg for Nashville. Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens. And a Radek Faska, Silver Outburst for Dallas. All right, last pack of box number 10. Frank Nazar for the Chicago Blackhawks. Jonathan Asperot, Young Guns for Boston. And we got a Cale Makar for the Colorado Avalanche. I think I said Young Gun this, but it is not a Young Gun, obviously. There we go. That was box number 10. All right. Move this base, sleeve up these Young Guns and top load them, and then we'll move on to box number 11. 2 more boxes to go, guys. 2 more boxes. If you are looking for more of this, I will post a second case tomorrow. It will be a 6-box PYT with a option to get the entire master case. I almost dropped the camera again. With some slight modifications, Dallas and LA will be added to one of the bigger teams. It's just that they don't have Young Guns in there. So, I mean, I could put them up for $5, but there's really no point. So I'll just add them to the other teams. So yeah. But basically, it will just be half of what you see here, or whatever the price was for the 12-box case. All right, here we go. Box number 11. Almost there. Almost there. All right. All right, pack 1, box 11. Alexis Lafreniere for the New York Rangers. We have a deluxe already. John Carlson for the Washington Capitals. And we got a deluxe 152 out of 250 of Jacob Bernard Docker for the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit. Ashley. All right. No random needed. We have our second Young Gun checklist. Berkeley Catton for Seattle, Beckett Seneca for Anaheim. All right. No random needed. You guys will get one each. Leon Draisaitl for the Edmonton Oilers. Adam Larson for the Kraken. Charlie McAvoy for Boston. Z Bullion for Minnesota. And a black and white canvas of Chris Kreider for Anaheim. Bogdan Triniev, Young Guns for the Washington Capitals. Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars. And then Braden McNabb, canvas for Vegas. Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Zane Parekh for the Calgary Flames. And 1545 out of 1999, Ville Koivunen for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Zach Hyman for the Edmonton Oilers. Number 1 draft, Berkeley Catton for Seattle. And a Young Gun canvas of Charles Alexis Legault for the Carolina Hurricanes. Andrew McCullough with the Carolina Hurricanes. Nico Hischier for the New Jersey Devils. Z Bullion for the Minnesota Wild. Mika Zibanejad for the New York Rangers. Joaquin Kamel for the Nashville Predators. Also for Nashville, Reed Schaefer, Young Guns, and a Jacob Markstrom for Nashville. Sean Monahan for the Columbus Blue Jackets. John Tavares for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a Alex Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. Oliver Moore for Chicago. Daniil Butt for the Utah Mammoth Young Guns, and a Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues. Connor McDavid for the Edmonton Oilers. Matthew Schaefer for the New York Islanders. And a Taylor Radish Silver Outburst for the Rangers. All right, last pack, box 11. Nearing the finish line. Nazem Kadri for the Calgary Flames. Taylor McCarr, Young Guns for the Colorado Avalanche. And Nikita Kucherov for the Lightning. All right, that was box number 11. All right. Just going to quickly sleeve and top load these, and then we can move on to our last box of the break. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Really do appreciate it. We went from 15 viewers all the way down to now 7. But it's all good. It's hard to hang around for these breaks, so I really do appreciate it if you've been here since box 1. So now we got 2 of these. We don't need to do a random anymore. So that's good. One less thing to do after the break. Okay, box 12. I'm hoping for something. Let's hope for something big. The Demidov is nice out of 199, that's for sure. But we want one of those jersey cards. That's what we're looking for. So let's see if we can hit one of those jersey cards. Doesn't matter who it is. All we want is a jersey card. Even if it's not signed. Doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Last box of the break. Box number 12. Good luck to everyone. So the second one of this will be posted tomorrow. I'll post it in the group the exact time so you guys will have ample warning when it will be posted. I know some of you have been asking if I can tag you individually. I will try, but usually it goes quick. So just make sure if you are available at the time that the post goes live that you get on there and get your teams right away. All right, here we go. Last box. Good luck. All right, Macklin Celebrini for the San Jose Sharks. Alexander Nikishin for the Carolina Hurricanes. And another exclusives for the New York Islanders. Number 78 out of 100, Kyle Palmieri. Going to Steve and the New York Islanders. Young Guns for Toronto, Arthur Akimov. No idea. Artur Akimov. Young Guns for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Adrian Kempe for the LA Kings. Devon Taves for the Colorado Avalanche. Adam Fantilli for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Artem Lashunov for the Chicago Blackhawks. And then Easton Cowan. This one's called Awesome. Awesome. For the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hollow FX. Seth Jarvis for the Carolina Hurricanes. JT Miller for the New York Rangers. And is it another two-hit pack? It is a two-hit pack. Nope, there it is. There we go. Ryan Leonard for the Washington Capitals. Number 1 draft. So easy to miss on that ones too. All right, Austin Matthews for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Berkeley Catton for Seattle Kraken. And we got a level 1 rookie premieres going to the St. Louis Blues. Nice hit for St. Louis. 850 out of 999. Jimmy Snuggerud. Robert Sweetka with the St. Louis Blues. There we go. Ryan Leonard for the Washington Capitals. Luca Pinelli, Young Guns for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And a Pavel Buchnevich for the St. Louis Blues. Elias Pettersson for the Vancouver Canucks. Cam Lund for San Jose. And a Isaac Howard, Blue Dazzlers for the Edmonton Oilers. Artem Lashunov for the Chicago Blackhawks. Thomas Milich, Young Guns for the Winnipeg Jets. And a Young Gun canvas of Taylor McCarr for the Colorado Avalanche. Travis Konechny for the Philadelphia Flyers. Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens. Pros and prospects. And an Igor Shesterkin for the New York Rangers. Ivan Demidov for the Montreal Canadiens. Zeev Buium, second one for the Vancouver Canucks. And a Yanni Nyman for Seattle Kraken. Kyle Connor for the Winnipeg Jets. Brady Tkachuk for the Ottawa Senators. And an Anthony Mantha Silver Outburst for Pittsburgh. Last pack of the break. Congrats if you hung in there. Gabe Vilardi for the Winnipeg Jets. Young Guns of Otto Stenberg for the St. Louis Blues. And a Sam Rinzel, Pros and Prospects for the Chicago Blackhawks. And that, my friends, is the break. Wow, that was a long one. A lot longer than your usual Series 1, Series 2 breaks. All right, thank you so much for joining. Just 1 second here. We'll quickly do we won't recap every single card that was top loaded, but we'll recap the bigger ones, mostly the ones that were on the stands here. So just give me 1 second here. Second case will be going up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. For those of you who have we have a few here that are breaking with me for the first time. If so, thank you for joining. I really appreciate the support. Just send me a PM with your address, and I will get your cards as soon as I can, probably sometime next week. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging in there. I will top load these in a sec. We're just going to do the recap right now. Just going to grab some other cards here that should be in the recap. 1 second. Just going to find... All right, there we go. That should be good. Okay. All right, guys. Quick recap. I can't recap every single card that was in the break. You're just gonna have to go back and watch the video. You could also watch it. You could also watch on YouTube if you want to check it out. But here are some of the cards that we did hit. Out of 333, we got a gold of Leon Draisaitl. Young Gun Canvas of Berkeley Catton for the Seattle Kraken. We got a clear-cut Young Gun of Shane LaChance for the New Jersey Devils. We did hit a red outburst. Unfortunately, it's not a big player. 23 out of 25, Mason Marchment for the Seattle Kraken, red outburst. Rookie Premiers, level 1 out of 999, Jimmy Snuggerud for the St. Louis Blues. All right, we got a Starview Holo FX for the Toronto Maple Leafs of Austin Matthews. You're welcome, Jason. Congrats again on the cards. What's next? Let's go to... We got one Beckett Seneca for the Anaheim Ducks, Young Guns. We hit 3 Silver Outburst Young Guns. This one is Ty Mershison for the Philadelphia Flyers. Hunter Skinner for the St. Louis Blues. And the biggest one there is Jacob Fowler for the Montreal Canadiens. Silver Outburst Young Guns. We hit a Rookie Premiers out of 999 for the New York Islanders, Matthew Schaefer out of 999, level 1. We hit a playmakers of Macklin Celebrini for the San Jose Sharks. And last but not least, our probably the biggest hit that we got in this case, 50 out of 199 rookie update red of Ivan Demidov going to the Montreal Canadiens. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining this break. I really do appreciate the support. Second case will go up tomorrow. I will update you in the group what time it will go up. It will be a 6-box break PYT with a ×2 option for the entire case. So stay tuned for that. We will post that tomorrow. All right, guys, that is it for me. I hope you have a good rest of the night. I hope you enjoyed the break. I certainly enjoyed doing this for you guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.